Hello my good traders. In this video we are going to look at how you can install indicators on your MT4 Mobile or MT5 Mobile. Now this is my MT4 Mobile. The process is the same whether MT4 or MT5. But let me say that when it comes to indicators, the PC version or the laptop or computer version has a few advantages than that of the mobile phone, or should I say has a few advantages, because there are many. The advantages of using your MT4 on PC or laptop or MT5 on PC or laptop is that you can install any indicator that is not already in the MT4. Let me say it again. Supposing you get any indicator that is outside what is already in the MT4 or MT5, you can actually install that indicator into the MT4 or the MT5 in terms of PC or laptop. But when it comes to the mobile phone, it is now that people are trying to code indicators that may be mobile phone friendly, but as it stands now, we haven't even seen them. People are now trying to see if they can convert the PC version of indicators which are not available on the mobile phone. They are trying their best to see if they can convert them to mobile phone versions so that people can install those indicators in their mobile phone MT4 or MT5. But at the moment, that technology is very limited. I know as time goes on, a lot of people may become good at it and will begin to come up with indicators that can be installed on the mobile phone version of MT4 or MT5. But at the moment, we are only going to make good use of the customized indicators that are in the MT4 or MT5. I repeat, we are going to make good use of only the ones that are already installed in the MT4 or MT5. They are called customized ones. For those ones, when you download your MT4 or your MT5 on your mobile phone, they are embedded in the platform already. They come with the platform, the MT4 platform. So they are in the platform already. We are not bringing them from anywhere. They are already installed or embedded into the MT4 software. So get the difference. So that is why I call them customized indicators, because they come with the platform. So with the PC, you can be able to bring on board any indicator that is outside the customized ones. You can be able to bring them into the MT4 PC or laptop. But on the mobile phone, like I said, the technology is very limited in that. So a few of us are really hoping that a time will come where we can be able to install new indicators that are outside this MT4 into the MT4 and make good use of them. We keep on praying for technology to get that far. But let's deal with the few ones we have. Now, on this chart, you can see that there is no indicator on the chart. And why do traders need indicators? There are a few number of traders who make good use of indicators. They feel that the Forex market is not a one-man show. You need to do some analysis that will help you to be able to decide when to buy or sell. There are a few of you who ask me all the time that how do I know the time to buy or how do I know the time to sell? The time to buy and the time to sell is determined by your analysis or your strategy. The type of analysis you will do and the type of strategy you use will determine when to buy or when to sell. So if you do not have a strategy, you will not be able to know when to buy or when to sell. And when it comes to the strategies, people make good use of indicators. They use the indicators as one of the strategies. So if you are an indicator trader, then this video will go a long way to help you. There are people who will want to use the indicators to determine when to buy and when to sell. There are those who also want to trade without using the indicators. So they will do maybe the price action, the smart money concept, or whatsoever. The names are so many. The top-down analysis, those who want to do the candlesticks pattern. All these are all other ways of analyzing or strategies that will help you to determine when to buy or when to sell in the market. But today we are talking about the indicators. So first of all, let's look at how you can put an indicator on the chart as it is empty on your mobile phone. Now, when you come to the chart here, you will see there is a menu up here, and at the top there you see a plus. Let me take you step by step. You see a plus here, you see an F, you see some kind of symbol, you see some dollar sign, and then you also see some paper kind of symbol with a plus. So when it comes to the top menu, even there is one more. There is the home menu here. Please, I want you to familiarize yourself with these words or menus. The home menu is here with some 3 dotted line at the corner there, followed by the plus, the F, the whatever symbol, the dollar, and then the paper with some plus in it. These menus are at the top. Now, when you come to the down, we have similar menus at the down. And when you come to the down, we have this one here, we have this one here, we have this one, and then this one. Okay, and then finally this one. So the one that the chart is currently displaying on is this one, which is the one here. If you look at it, you see that it's a bit highlighted than this one's. This one look a bit ash, this one look a bit kind of blue. The blue one shows that that is where the chart is, or that is what I have selected. If I want to talk about the menus, it may take a longer time. So let me go straight forward to what we want to do. So the top menu, you will always go to the F. In case you want to install an indicator on your chart, you go to the F, where the arrow is pointing to. Now, when you click on that F, this is what you will see. Now, on the F, it is giving us two main things. This is main chart, and then there's also another symbol here at the right corner. It is telling you that on the main chart, there is nothing on the main chart. The main chart is empty. There is no indicator or tool on it. If you want to put an indicator on the main chart, so we want to put an indicator on this main chart. So to put an indicator on the main chart, you go to the F plus symbol that you are seeing at the right hand side corner, because we want to put an indicator on the main chart. So we go to that F plus corner symbol there and click on it. When you click on it, you see indicators. These indicators have been grouped. If you look at it, the first group of indicators is trend indicators. So if you are looking for an indicator that will help you to know the trend of the market, these are the group of indicators under the trend. We have the average directional movement index, Bollinger Bands, envelopes, Ichimoku, Kinko, Hoi, moving average, parabolic SAR, that's parabolic SAR, and then standard deviation. They are under the trend. The next group of indicators is the oscillators. The oscillator group of indicators are the average true range, the bear's power, bull's power, commodity channel index, which is also called the CCI, the marker, force index. The list continues. If I go down, you see all the oscillator indicators. And then also from there, we have another set of indicators called the volume indicators. This is another group. And then we have the Bill Williams group of indicators. Bill Williams is one of the popular Forex traders, the pioneers, if I'll put it, who has been able to come up with some strategies or some ways of trading the Forex market. So these indicators were actually his own ideas or concepts. That is why they are named after him, Bill Williams. So we have, under Bill Williams, we'll have the accelerator, oscillator, alligator, awesome oscillator, fractals, the Gato oscillator, the market facilitation index. So these are the custom indicators you will find in the MT4. So the question is, which of these indicators do you want to put on the chart? So yours is to decide. So assuming you were looking for maybe the parabolic SAR to put on the chart. Now that you have come to this place, all you need to do is to click or tap on the parabolic SAR. When you tap on it, it will automatically install on the chart for you. So this is the parabolic SAR. Assuming that is what you want to put on the chart, then you will click on it like I said. So let's click on it. We'll click on it. When you click, it opens up to give you the details of the indicator. Assuming this is the parabolic SAR, this is the default settings. This is the default settings, unless of course you were told that maybe you should change some things in the indicator before installing it on the chart. Then of course you can do the changes. Assuming the person asked you that maybe you should change the number here, which is on the step. Maybe the person said you should change the step number from 0.02 to maybe 0.03. And then the maximum number is also here, maybe unless the person asked you that you should change it. If not, all these things are on default. So this one, the maximum is also with its figure. And then the style. If the person asks you to change the style to maybe 4 pixels or 2 pixels or 1 pixels, then you can do it. And then we have the color also at the back there. If the person has asked you to change the color to a different color, then you can do it. And then we have the levels. If the person asks you to edit the levels and put some levels on it, then you choose the level, the pen there, and then you edit it to suit whatever the person said you should do. Other than that, this is the default settings. So once the default settings is okay with you, then you can click on done. The done, which is at the top right corner there, you click on it, done. Once you click on the done, it should be done. Now the parabolic SAR is now on the main chart. Now why is it now on the main chart? It is telling you that when you come to the main chart, this is the indicator that is on it. So on the main chart, we have the parabolic SAR. It is now displaying, telling you that it is now on the chart. So for you to be sure that it is on the chart, you can go back. So by going back, when you come to the left corner there, you see some small arrow pointing backwards. So you click there and then it will take you back to the chart. So let's go there and then we go back to the chart. But assuming you don't need this indicator, assuming this parabolic SAR that you saw there, okay, let me do this before we even go to the main chart. Assuming this parabolic SAR is not what you want on the chart, you can delete it. And to delete it, you see some kind of dustbin at the top left or right corner where the arrow is pointing to. When you click on that dustbin, you see that it will give you the option to select what you want to delete. So the parabolic SAR is the only one here. So if that is what you want to delete, you will tick the box. When you tick the box, then you come back to the dustbin sign and then you click on it. Then the indicator will be deleted from the chart. Is that okay? So we'll do this again, but let me go back. So we are going back to the chart. So we go back and now you can see that the parabolic SAR is on the chart with some dots. You can see some dots on the chart. That is the parabolic SAR. So in case you want to edit something, like I told you, you go back to the same process. You come back to the F over here. Okay, you go back to that F. Once you click on the F, which is the one here, you click on it. When you click on it, it will tell you on the main chart the indicator that is on the main chart, and that is the parabolic SAR. So if you don't need it again on the chart, then like I said, you click on the dustbin here. So let's click on that dustbin. You click on the dustbin, it will ask you to highlight what you want to delete. So you come and then you tick this box over here. So we tick the box. Now it is time to delete. So you now click on the dustbin to delete it. You click on the dustbin again to delete it. So let's delete it. We click on the dustbin. Now you see that the indicator is no more on the chart. The parabolic SAR is deleted from the chart. So that is how the same process you can do to bring every indicator on your chart. But there's one thing I need to explain further. When you go to the indicators, there are some indicators that may not come on the chart, but they will come below the chart. They will create their own window below the chart. And I want to show you a typical example. Now, let's try to bring an indicator on the chart. Now you know how to do it. So we click on the F plus sign here. Let's go and look for the MACD. MACD is one of those indicators. You see the MACD is here. This is the MACD or the MACD. So let's click on the MACD, which is the MACD. We click on it, it gives us the default settings. So in case we don't want to change anything, if everything is okay. But assuming that initially you changed some things over here, and now you want to bring the indicator back to its default settings, what you have to do is that you come to the down here, which says set to default. You see it? Set to default. So assuming you did some changes or modifications on the indicator, whatever modifications you did, it will remain like that. So assuming you want to bring the indicator back to its default settings, you click on set to default, and then the figures, everything will change back to the default settings. Is that okay? Good. Now, this MACD, let's assume we want to put it on a chart. So let's click on done. Now, look at something very interesting here. You see that the MACD, now you see three different things. On the main chart, which is here, below the main chart, we have indicator window 1. Do you see it? And they are telling you that this MACD that you have installed on the chart, it is not actually on the chart, but it is on another window on the chart. So on that window is where we'll find the MACD. Now let's go to the chart for you to see something. We are going back, and now look at the chart. On the chart, you will see that on the main chart here, there is nothing on the main chart over here, if you look at it. So the question is, there is nothing on the chart here. But when you come below here, you see that the MACD that we put is rather below on the chart. The chart is above, the MACD is below. Do you see it? So this is the MACD here, which is below. So this indicator is an indicator that doesn't appear on the chart, but it appears below the chart. It creates its own window below the chart. Do you get the explanation here? So there are some indicators that will appear on the chart. There are others that will appear below. They will create their own window, which is below the chart. So let's assume we want to put another indicator on the main chart, not on the new window created. We want to put it on the chart. Let's go back to the indicator column. So now we have the main chart, and then we have the indicator window 1. So the question is, where do you want to put the next indicator? If you want to put it on the indicator window 1, then you select this one. But if you want to put it on the main chart, then you select the first one, which is the F plus sign, the first one. So in this case, we will do a demonstration for the two, but let's start with the main chart. Assuming you want to put an indicator on the chart, all you have to do is to go to the main chart, which is the F plus sign there. We click on it. Then let's choose maybe moving average this time round. You choose a moving average. And now when it comes to moving averages on the mobile phone, there are different types of moving averages. We have the simple moving average. And how will you know that this is a simple moving average? It's on the method. When you check the method will tell you whether it is a simple moving average or exponential moving average. So if you don't want the method to be simple, then you click over there. You see there will be a pop-up as you see. We have simple, we have exponential, we have smooth, and then we have the linear weight. All these are types of moving averages. So assuming you want to use exponential moving average, then you click on the exponential. So now you see that the method is no more simple, but it is now what? Exponential. So it means this moving average now is no more a simple moving average, but it is now exponential moving average. And the period will tell you what type of moving average it is. So this is a 10 period exponential moving average. If we change the period here from 10 to 20, it will then become a 20 exponential moving average. If you change that figure to 50, the period to 50, it will then become a 50 exponential moving average. An exponential moving average, the abbreviation is EMA. So we have the SMA and then the EMA. SMA stands for simple moving average. EMA stands for exponential moving average. So the period will determine what type of moving average you are putting on the chart. In this case, the period is 10. So it means we are putting 10 EMA on the chart. Is that okay? Take note, we are putting 10 EMA on the chart. If you want to change the exponential back to simple moving average, you just have to come back here and choose the simple. When you choose the simple, it means you are putting the 10 simple moving average or 10 SMA on the chart. So that is how you can do the changes. All these things you see there can be changed, can be modified. So we want to put this moving average on our main chart. So we click on done. Now you will see that when it comes to the main chart, we have moving average on the main chart. And then the indicator window 1, we have the MACD, which is the MACD. So we have two different indicators on the chart, but they are all at different positions. One is on the main chart. The second one is on a new window, which is indicator window 1. So now let's go back to the chart and you will see. Now you can see that there is a red line on the chart. The red line you see on the chart is the simple moving average 10. This red line there is the simple moving average 10 that we put on the chart. And then the next one here, this indicator you see below here is the MACD. Assuming we want to change the color of the moving average from red to any other color, you just have to go back there. Then you click on the moving average that you see there. You click on it. When you click on the moving average here, it should give you a pop-up. You click on it, it pops up like this. Then you can change the color. You see that the color here is red. The default color over here is red. So you can change the color from red to whatever color you want. So when you click on the color, there will be a pop-up for you to choose whatever color. So let's assume we want to use, which color do I even choose? I don't even know, but let me just choose anything. So let me choose this. Is this okay? Okay, done. Now let's go back to the chart. Okay, it has changed a bit, but not too good the way I want it. So let me change the color again to maybe, okay, green. Let me go for green. Let's go back. Now you see that the line has changed to green. So you see that the line is green on the chart. So you can change the color to whatever color you want. Now, let's say that you want to put another indicator on the indicator window 1, which has only the MACD. If you want to put another indicator on the MACD or in the indicator window 1, you have to click on the F1 here. Then you choose the indicator you want. Let's assume you want to put the same moving average on the indicator window 1. You click on the moving average. You see that the previous settings is still there. So this time around, maybe let's change the figure from 10 to 20 and leave everything. Change the color to deep green. Then we click on done. So now you see that the moving average has come on the indicator window 1 in addition to the MACD. So it means on the indicator window 1 we have 2 indicators, and then on the main chart we have only 1 indicator. So when we go back to the chart, this is on the chart. So you see that there are 2 lines on the chart. If you look well, you see that there's some green line here before the red line. The red line is a line that comes with the MACD. The green line is the moving average that we put on it. You get it? So that is how you can put this indicators on your chart. So there are a lot of strategies that people give. Okay, there are a lot of strategies people give with regards to these indicators. So I don't know what strategy someone might have given you and asking you to put them on the chart on your mobile phone. So once you know what strategy the person is giving, then you can come to the chart and put the indicators accordingly. Is that okay? Now, if you want to delete all these on the chart, these indicators back on the chart, if you want to take them off, you come to the indicator column, then you click on the dustbin, then you take all of them. Then when you're done, you click on the dustbin to delete. Now they are all gone. The chart is empty. I hope and I wish that going forward you will know how to install these indicators on your chart. If you need to watch this video over and over, please do. It will help you to be able to install these indicators and install them well for your own good. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video. I have started with the tutorials on mobile phone, so expect more videos on the mobile phone version of your MT4 or MT5. Now, let me say that the process to do this is the same as on the MT5. So if it's on the MT5, the process is the same. If it's MT4, the process is the same. I hope and I pray this helps you in your journey as a forex trader. Until then, I'll see you. Take care.